Hey guys, my name is Jacob Blizzard and I'm a board-certified criminal law and criminal appeal specialist attorney practicing out of Texas. Today I'm talking to you guys about the federal writ of habeas corpus process, the 2255 motion to vacate. I'm going to talk to you today about the timelines involved in that. This is one of the most important videos you can watch about the 2255 motion. That's because the federal government, through the AEDPA Act, that's the Anti-Terrorism Effective Death Penalty Act, prevents you from filing a 2255 after a long period of time. There are certain specific limits that you have to file your 2255 motion within. The general rule to think about is it's 1 year. It's 1 year from when your conviction becomes final. Now, if you pled guilty or you went to trial and there was no appeal from your conviction, then that's 1 year from the date of your judgment, plus 14 days that you had for the appeal. So, because you had to have filed a notice of appeal within 14 days, because you didn't, you get 1 year and 14 days to file your 2255 motion. If you did appeal, then the deadline comes 1 year after the appellate court enters the opinion in your case. Don't be confused by the mandate. A lot of times a court of appeals will issue an opinion, then some time goes by, then they issue a mandate. No, it's from the date that the court of appeals enters an opinion in your case denying your appeal. And when that opinion has been issued, or the final opinion, like say that you did a motion for rehearing or a motion en banc, then it goes from the final opinion given by the court of appeals. And then it is 1 year plus 90 days, because you have 90 days from the date of the Court of Appeals opinion to file a petition for writ of certiorari in the United States Supreme Court. Finally, if you went through the whole process and you were denied in your direct appeal at the circuit level, and then you went on and you filed that petition for writ of certiorari in the United States Supreme Court, then it is 1 year from the date the Supreme Court finalized your denial of your appeal. There are some other deadlines that apply if you discover new evidence. So say you haven't filed your 2255, it's been over a year since the judgment, but you've discovered some new evidence in your case of perhaps ineffective assistance of counsel, prosecutorial misconduct, something that was exonerating, Brady material, those kinds of things. You've discovered new evidence in your case. 1 year from the discovery of that new evidence, you have to bring that 2255. So keep that in mind. You discover something new, you don't just get to sit on it and then bring it at any point. You have to bring it within 1 year of discovering that new evidence. The third timeline is if the Supreme Court makes new precedent that applies to constitutional law that is applied retroactively to a case. So if you have retroactive constitutional law applied and it could impact your case, then 1 year from the date that that precedent would apply to your case. Then the final timeline is 1 year from the date that the government's impediment to you filing a 2255 is removed. So say you were in a position to where you were not able to file a 2255 because the government stood in your way in some manner. You were put in total isolation, no access to the law library, no access to any forums, no access to pursue anything on your behalf, then that period of time doesn't apply to you. Whenever you are released from that position, then the 1 year timeline would start accruing. So if you're in that appeal position, you never appealed, and your 1 year, you were in solitary confinement for 6 months, they didn't let you do anything other than, be in your cell, then after 6 months they let you out, then the 1 year would start from that 6 months going forward. All right, guys, well, that'll wrap up today's video on the timelines. Very important. If you have questions about the timeline, feel free to comment below, put a post in the Facebook group. It's a very important issue, and a lot of people miss out on their opportunity because they wait too long to file the 2255 motion. So be sure to take quick action in your case, no matter where you are in the stage, because it's not a fast thing to be done. You need to be working on this motion to vacate as soon as possible and carry it on through completion. You've got to gather records, you've got to do a number of things, which I'll talk about in some other videos. But thanks guys for watching. We'll see you out there.